After John Cena proposed to Nikki Bella in-ring, everyone believed they would last forever. The reaction of the audience that day was similar to what we saw when Stephanie McMahon proposed to Test in 1999.
Will you marry me?
Steph, of course, I love you.
Unfortunately, both romances ended after a while, but this isn't the case for everyone. On-screen relationships have always been a common trope in WWE. It involves love triangles, scandals, and a lot of drama, but in some rare cases, it leads to true love. Let's take a trip down memory lane as we explore some of the most fascinating in-ring proposals ever. Stephanie McMahon proposes to Test. Stephanie McMahon, the beautiful and powerful daughter of Vince McMahon, had fallen for the charming and talented wrestler Test. However, their storyline relationship was not without its challenges. Stephanie's older brother, Shane McMahon, opposed their union. The rivalry between Test and Shane intensified, culminating in a love her or leave her match at SummerSlam '99. Test emerged victorious, earning Shane's reluctant blessing for the relationship to continue. Emboldened by their victory, Stephanie took a bold step and proposed to Test in the ring on the inaugural episode of SmackDown.
Will you marry me?
Steph, of course, I love you.
Their wedding was set for November 29, 1999, and the WWE Universe was abuzz with excitement. However, fate had other plans. Triple H, Stephanie's husband in real life, had been quietly manipulating the situation. He revealed a shocking twist. He and Stephanie had already tied the knot in a secret drive-through ceremony in Las Vegas. The wedding was interrupted, and Test was left heartbroken and humiliated. Stephanie turned heel, aligning herself with Triple H and forming the powerful McMahon-Helmsley faction. Test, on the other hand, was relegated to mid-card status. At least neither Test nor Stephanie walked out of the ring during the proposal, as you'll see in our next entry. AJ Lee proposes to CM Punk. AJ Lee, known for her eccentric and passionate personality, had been involved in a complicated love triangle with CM Punk and Daniel Bryan. Her relationships with both men were fraught with tension and drama, making for compelling television. CM Punk, the self-proclaimed best in the world, was one of the most popular and outspoken wrestlers of his time. Daniel Bryan, a fan favorite and Punk's rival, made it more interesting. The proposal took place in the middle of the ring, with AJ Lee standing face-to-face with CM Punk. She talked about her feelings for Punk and how much he meant to her. She expressed her love and admiration for him. Then AJ got down on one knee and proposed to Punk. Punk looked taken aback, clearly surprised by the proposal. Before he could respond, Daniel Bryan's music hit, and he walked out to the ring. Bryan tried to intervene, creating a tense standoff in the ring. After a moment of hesitation, he took the microphone and made it clear to AJ that he wouldn't marry her. Our next proposal took place on the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania. John Cena proposes to Nikki Bella. Now let's go to the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania 33, where John Cena made a heartwarming and unforgettable proposal to Nikki Bella, and their romance was well documented both on WWE programming and on the reality TV show Total Divas. The proposal took place after a mixed tag team match where John Cena and Nikki Bella faced off against The Miz and Maris. Cena took the microphone and addressed the audience. He spoke about his love for Nikki and how much she meant to him. The crowd listened intently, sensing that something monumental was about to happen. Then Cena got down on one knee and proposed to Nikki. She said yes, and the couple embraced passionately in the middle of the ring. However, despite the fairy tale proposal, Cena and Nikki's relationship faced challenges in the months that followed. They eventually called off their engagement. Now let's move on to a proposal between the most controversial people in WWE. Edge proposes to Vicky Guerrero. Do you remember when Edge proposed to SmackDown general manager Vicky Guerrero in 2008, just days before WrestleMania 24? Edge, known for his manipulative and opportunistic persona, had been involved in a storyline with Vicky Guerrero, who held significant power as the SmackDown GM. Their on-screen relationship was filled with drama, power plays, and betrayals. Vicky, the widow of the legendary Eddie Guerrero, had embraced her role as a villainous authority figure, and her alliance with Edge only added to her notoriety. That evening, Edge walked to the ring with a confident smirk on his face. The crowd buzzed with anticipation, sensing that something big was about to happen. Vicky stood in the ring, looking both surprised and intrigued as Edge approached her. Edge talked about how much Vicky meant to him and how she had been a constant source of support and strength. Then, when he was done talking,
Vicky, will you be my wife?
Edge got down on one knee and proposed to Vicky. Vicky looked visibly moved, clearly taken aback by the proposal. After a moment of hesitation, she smiled and accepted, pulling Edge into a heartfelt embrace. The proposal marked the beginning of a challenging relationship filled with manipulation and deceit. The relationship between Edge and Vicky was about power, but our next couple shares power and love. Triple H proposes to Stephanie McMahon. Our next entry takes us to one of the most iconic and powerful couples in WWE history. We're talking about the moment when Triple H proposed to Stephanie McMahon, a proposal that not only changed their lives but also the landscape of WWE forever. Triple H, known as The Game, was one of the most dominant and influential figures in WWE. Stephanie McMahon had established herself as a formidable presence both on-screen and behind the scenes. Their on-screen relationship began as part of a storyline, but it soon blossomed into a real-life romance. But first, let's talk about the storyline relationship. The proposal between Triple H and Stephanie McMahon happened on an episode of Monday Night Raw in 1999. It was followed by their on-screen wedding, which was a major event with many WWE superstars in attendance. However, the wedding was interrupted by Vince McMahon, who was opposed to the union. This led to a lengthy feud between Triple H and Vince McMahon. Of course, the pair would later fall in love, get married for real, and have beautiful children together. Unfortunately, not every storyline ends up being a beautiful love story, as you'll see in our next entry. Matt Hardy proposes to Lita. Our next entry takes us to a proposal that ended in heartbreak and set the stage for one of the most infamous love triangles in WWE history. Matt Hardy and Lita were one of the most beloved couples in WWE history. Their real-life relationship was well known to fans, and their on-screen chemistry was almost perfect. Together, they formed a dynamic duo that captivated audiences with their high-flying moves and passionate connection. On that fateful day, Matt Hardy took a deep breath, his heart racing with anticipation, and gazed into Lita's eyes. The crowd was electric, sensing something special was about to unfold. With a quivering voice, Matt poured his heart out, sharing their journey from humble beginnings to the trials they had overcome together. He seemed as sincere as you would expect for someone proposing to the love of his life. Matt dropped to one knee and proposed to Lita. The crowd erupted in a frenzy of cheers and tears, witnessing a moment of pure emotion. But in a stunning and unexpected twist, Lita hesitated, her silence deafening. The crowd's excitement turned to disbelief, sensing something was amiss. After an agonizing pause, Lita shook her head, rejecting Matt's proposal. This pivotal moment marked the beginning of a tumultuous love triangle between Lita, Matt Hardy, and Edge. They would not enjoy the on-screen and off-script romance of our next entry. Macho Man proposes to Miss Elizabeth. The proposal between Macho Man Randy Savage and Miss Elizabeth was a memorable moment in WWE history. It happened on an episode of Monday Night Raw in 1991. Randy Savage, one of the top stars in the company at the time, got down on one knee and proposed to his valet, Miss Elizabeth, in the ring. It was a significant moment in the storyline, as it marked a turning point in the relationship between Savage and Elizabeth. It also led to a feud with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, who had been a rival of Savage's for months. The best part of the storyline is that both of them had been married for years before this on-screen proposal. Randy Savage and Miss Elizabeth's relationship was a whirlwind romance that captivated the world of professional wrestling. They met in 1983 at a gym where Elizabeth worked, and Randy was immediately smitten. They tied the knot in December 1984. They have great on-screen chemistry, and their real-life relationship only added to the passion and intensity of their performances. Despite the ups and downs in their relationship, it wasn't as controversial as our next entry, Billy Gunn and Chuck Palumbo. The commitment ceremony between Billy Gunn and Chuck Palumbo was a historic moment in WWE history, but it was also surrounded by controversy. In 2002, Billy Gunn and Chuck Palumbo, who were tag team partners and on-screen characters, decided to hold a commitment ceremony to solidify their relationship. The ceremony itself was a beautiful and emotional moment, with Billy Gunn and Chuck Palumbo exchanging vows and rings in a heartfelt ceremony. It was held on SmackDown, and it was met with a mix of reactions from the crowd and the wrestling community. The controversy surrounding the ceremony stemmed from the fact that it was a same-sex commitment ceremony, which was a rare and taboo topic in professional wrestling at the time. Some fans and wrestlers felt uncomfortable with the portrayal of a same-sex relationship, and others saw it as a bold move forward for LGBTQ plus representation in the sport. However, 3 minutes later, they announced that their commitment ceremony was just a publicity stunt and nothing more. This led to significant backlash. Despite the controversy, the ceremony marked a significant moment in WWE history, paving the way for future LGBTQ plus storylines and characters in professional wrestling. This storyline was just as scandalous as the next one on this list. Paige proposes to Alberto Del Rio. Paige, known for her rebellious and edgy persona, was one of the most popular female wrestlers in WWE at the time. Alberto Del Rio, a seasoned veteran and the 2011 Royal Rumble winner, had a storied career with numerous accolades to his name. Their relationship was the subject of much speculation and intrigue, as fans were eager to see how their real-life romance would unfold. In a stunning display of love and courage, Paige dropped to one knee and proposed to Del Rio during a World Wrestling Council show. The electric atmosphere was full of love as Paige poured her heart out, confessing her deep affection and admiration for Del Rio. As Paige's words hung in the air, she popped the question, leaving Del Rio visibly shaken. Del Rio accepted the proposal with joy, sealing their love in front of a global audience. Behind the scenes, however, their relationship was plagued by issues. Del Rio was still married to his wife, Angela Velke. Also, Paige's father, a former wrestler himself, did not approve of her relationship with Del Rio, citing his troubled past. The final nail in the coffin came when Del Rio was investigated for domestic battery. While it was the fairy tale we expected, both stars are still alive, unlike the tragic story of our next entry. Dawn Marie proposes to A.I. Wilson. Dawn Marie and Al Wilson's relationship was a complex and controversial one. Dawn Marie, a WWE wrestler, began a storyline with Al Wilson, a WWE official, in 2002. The storyline involved Dawn Marie seducing Wilson, who was married and significantly older, in order to manipulate him into helping her advance her career. As the storyline progressed, Dawn Marie and Wilson's relationship became more intense and romantic, leading to a proposal in the ring. However, the proposal was met with controversy due to their significant age difference and the fact that Wilson was still married. The storyline was criticized for its portrayal of an adulterous relationship and its potential glorification of infidelity. Despite the criticism surrounding their relationship, the two went ahead with their wedding on an episode of SmackDown in January 2003. However, the honeymoon night took a dark turn when Al Wilson suffered a fatal heart attack during intercourse, leaving Dawn Marie a widow. Of course, Wilson didn't really die then, as it was all part of the storyline. While it was completely a storyline, the next love story was based on true love. The Miz proposes to Maris. The Miz and Maris, a power couple in the WWE, have been making waves both in and out of the ring. Their reality show, Miz and Mrs., gives fans a glimpse into their lives as they balance their careers and family. The Miz, a two-time WWE Grand Slam champion, credits Maris for his confidence and success in the ring. The Miz and Maris' on-screen relationship was a significant part of their WWE storyline. The two started as allies, with Maris managing the Miz's career and helping him become a champion. Over time, their on-screen relationship evolved into a romantic partnership. They got engaged and married shortly after. Subsequently, Maris took a break from wrestling. After a 4-year hiatus, Maris returned to the ring in 2022, facing off against Edge and Beth Phoenix in a mixed tag team match at WWE Royal Rumble. She has been open about the challenges of getting back into ring shape after having 2 children, but her determination and passion for wrestling shone through. They were a great match both in the ring and on their reality show. Their love story is inspiring, just like the next couple on our list. Tyson Kidd proposes to Natalya. Tyson Kidd, whose real name is Theodore James Wilson, and Natalya Neidhart, known simply as Natalya, both hail from wrestling royalty. Natalya is the daughter of WWE Hall of Famer Jim the Anvil Neidhart and a member of the legendary Hart family. Tyson Kidd, trained in the Hart Dungeon, shares deep roots with the Hart family, making their relationship even more special. Their love story began long before their WWE careers took off. Having known each other since childhood, Tyson and Natalya's bond grew stronger over the years, both inside and outside the ring. Their relationship was a beautiful blend of friendship, love, and mutual respect, making them one of WWE's most beloved couples. The proposal took place in a setting that was both serene and intimate, away from the usual chaos of the WWE ring. During an episode of WWE Total Divas, Tyson Kidd decided to take their relationship to the next level. He proposed to the love of his life, and she said yes. At least Tyson Kidd didn't force marriage on his bride, as our next groom did. Kane proposes to Lita. The Kane-Lita-Matt Hardy saga was a controversial and dramatic storyline that played out in the WWE in 2004. It began with Kane, the Big Red Machine, developing an obsession with Lita, the lovely and talented wrestler. Kane claimed that Lita was carrying his child, and he would stop at nothing to make her his. Lita found herself trapped in a web of deceit and manipulation. Kane forced her to agree to marry him, threatening to harm Matt if she didn't comply. Lita reluctantly accepted, and the two were set to tie the knot in a ceremony that would be broadcast live on Raw. But just as the ceremony was about to take place, Matt burst into the scene, determined to put a stop to the proceedings. He was met with resistance from Kane, and the two men brawled as Lita looked on in horror. In the end, Kane won, and Lita was forced to go through with the wedding. While the storyline was dark, it was viewed as one of the most entertaining Kane did in WWE. This storyline was full of flaws, and was nothing like the genuine love story you'll see next. Randy Orton proposes to Samantha Rotunda. This proposal, while more private than others on this list, remains significant due to Orton's status in the wrestling world. Known for his Viper-like persona and in-ring prowess, decided to take a more personal approach when proposing to his then-girlfriend Samantha Rotunda. Unlike many WWE proposals that took place in the ring, Orton chose an intimate setting away from the cameras and the crowd. This decision highlighted a different side of the WWE superstar, one that fans rarely get to see. The proposal took place in 2007 during a private moment between the couple. Orton had been dating Samantha for a while, and their relationship was well known among WWE fans. Their engagement was a significant moment for Orton, both personally and professionally. The couple got married later that year in a beautiful ceremony that was attended by family and friends. Their wedding was a private affair, reflecting their desire to keep certain aspects of their lives away from the public eye. Randy Orton and Samantha Rotunda's marriage was blessed with 2 children. Their story is just as inspiring as the next one on our list, WWE royalty. Booker T proposes to Charmel. Booker T and Charmel's love story began in 2000 when they first met at a WCW event. At the time, Charmel was a stunning dancer for the Nitro Girls, and Booker T was a rising star in the wrestling world. As their relationship blossomed, Booker T and Charmel found themselves inseparable. In 2004, Booker T decided to take their relationship to the next level. He proposed to Charmel while she was washing dishes. Overcome with emotion, she said yes. The couple tied the knot on February 5, 2005, in Charmel's hometown of Gary, Indiana. Their love continued to grow, both in and out of the ring. They became an unstoppable team, with Charmel playing the role of Queen Charmel, the wife of King Booker. Years later, Booker T was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame in 2013, and Charmel followed suit in 2022, a well-deserved recognition of their contributions to the industry. Today, Booker T and Charmel are proud parents of twins Kendrick and Kennedy, born on August 5, 2010. WWE's royal couple isn't the only pair that played both on-screen and off-screen romance, as you'll see in our next entry. CM Punk proposes to AJ Lee. CM Punk and AJ Lee's relationship was a notable one in the WWE. While they were a real-life couple, their proposal story is a bit more complicated. In 2013, CM Punk and AJ Lee were involved in a romantic storyline on WWE TV. CM Punk proposed to AJ Lee. However, this was all part of the show and not a real proposal. In reality, CM Punk and AJ Lee started dating in 2011 and got married in 2014. They kept their personal life relatively private, but their storyline love affair was rather interesting. The storyline began with AJ Lee and Daniel Bryan, then a rising star, starting a romantic relationship on TV. They were portrayed as a cute and quirky couple, with AJ Lee as the general manager of Raw and Daniel Bryan as a wrestler. As their relationship progressed, CM Punk started to develop feelings for AJ Lee. He began to show his interest in her, which caused tension between him and Daniel Bryan. The storyline culminated with AJ Lee choosing CM Punk over Daniel Bryan, leading to a feud between the two men. While a part of this love story was fiction, the next one Bryan was involved in was 100% real. Daniel Bryan proposes to Brie Bella. Daniel Bryan proposing to Brie Bella was a heartfelt and genuine moment that touched fans. Daniel Bryan, whose real name is Bryan Danielson, is known for his incredible in-ring skills and underdog persona. Brie Bella, a member of the Bella Twins, is a prominent WWE diva known for her beauty and athleticism. As their careers flourished, they got engaged in 2013 and married in 2014. They became one of the most beloved and respected couples in the WWE, known for their love, support, and commitment to each other. Together, they faced challenges like Daniel's career-threatening injuries and Brie's struggles with retirement, but through it all, they stood strong, supporting each other and inspiring fans worldwide with their love and dedication. Today, they're proud parents of 2 beautiful children, Birdie and Buddy, and continue to be involved in the WWE, inspiring a new generation of wrestling fans. Even if their proposal and love story wasn't part of the WWE scripted storylines, it is worth mentioning in this video. But what if a love story is a mixture of fantasy and reality? Our last entry tells that story. Rusev proposes to Lana. Rusev and Lana's storyline in WWE was another notable one. They debuted together in 2014, with Lana as Rusev's manager and on-screen girlfriend. Their characters were portrayed as anti-American, with Rusev as a proud Russian superstar and Lana as his loyal and alluring accomplice. Their storyline involved Rusev dominating matches, with Lana often interfering on his behalf. They feuded with top stars like John Cena, Dolph Ziggler, and Mark Henry, with Lana frequently getting involved in the action. In 2015, their alliance hit a roadblock when Lana began managing Dolph Ziggler, leading to a rivalry between Rusev and Ziggler. The love triangle led to intense matches and dramatic moments, with Lana ultimately choosing Rusev and accepting his proposal in the ring. However, their happiness was short-lived, as Summer Rae soon replaced Lana as Rusev's new manager, leading to a bitter feud between the two women. Despite the ups and downs, Rusev and Lana's on-screen relationship remained a highlight of WWE programming for a while. Although their storyline eventually came to an end, their real-life relationship continued until they married. Thanks for watching. Click on the next card for another interesting video.